goes on with our next thing here, where we're talking, there's been a lot of news hitting about Crime Stoppers changing and putting in a new app.
Yes.
And that's something where, are you familiar with that, Angel?
I heard something about it on the news, yeah.
Yeah. So,
caught that.
you know, the thing with Crime Stoppers is there's still like a direct fire line to the police. Mm-hmm. And one of the things about us is we are not the police at all. So we are kind of like, I like to call us the ambassadors.
Right.
And so what it is we're kind of a level of filter between you and the police versus you being able to just discuss right with the police. Because I know police do make people, even though, you know, people are good people, that aren't comfortable talking with the police. And that's where you can come and talk to us, and then we can, you know, convey or not convey or whatever you want to, you know, however you want to help. Because one of the things that started with us, one of our way back wins, was a gentleman who had his store robbed by some kids that came in and had head units stolen. And he didn't want to involve the cops. He just wanted to find his stuff, and he didn't want to involve the cops. So he took and made sure that he came to us, and we pitched it, and the kids were like, whoa, we don't want anything to do with this, and took the stuff back. So he was able, you know, we were able to just kind of go back around, because a lot of times, a lot of this stuff is you just want it back.
Right.
That's all you want. You just want your stuff back. Move on with life. Don't take my shit. Let me move. Let me live my life. You live yours, but leave my stuff where it is. And that's kind of, you know, one of the things about this whole Casey Crime Stoppers thing that concerns me a little bit is they say that, you know, ease of use does improve use, which it does.
Absolutely.
But you still have that level of connectedness where you feel like if I'm texting or sending a video, I really want to remain anonymous.
They're going to know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Next thing, you know what? You're talking about, I've never had a worry, you know, some, like I said, the police.
Nothing to hide from, right.
Well, in this, I just want to give a shout out. I don't remember the officer's name from last night, but I picked my daughter up from where she was, and I turned out here on Metcalf and get red and blue lights behind me. I'm like, what the heck did I do? I just turned a corner. I didn't do nothing. Pulled me over, had a headlight out. And the cop, he's like, you know, asked for my information. I gave it to him. He says, hey, you know, and nowadays in these cars, you can't really tell if you got a headlight out.
Right.
And so he actually got me out.
That's because we put so many street lights.
He got me out of the car nicely. He said, you want to see? I was like, yeah. This guy actually acted like he just wants somebody to talk to. It was actually a pretty pleasant experience.
Well, good.
But anyways, yeah.
What jurisdiction was that?
This was Overland Park over here, 151st and Metcalf area.
You down with OPPD?
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me.
Now I wasn't down with them too well when I was 18, but that's a different story.
Well, that's one of the benefits of being over 40 now. I didn't have all this social media crap when we were 20.
Yeah, right.
Sorry for kids now.
So yeah, the Crime Stoppers thing. I mean, hey, we're still here. You come to us.
You can PM any admin anytime. Anything you need to. You ask a question. You got a tip. Anything like that. We can pass you forward to who you need to talk to, or we can keep you completely out of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's your.
What's that?
Hey.
We don't know yet.
Hey, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker. So.
Sorry if I'm coughing hot on the mic. I try to mute it now and again.
So on some of our admin updates here, we like to clean house a little bit here. Carlos Salazar had
he had an experience with the police.
He ended up on the wrong end of a gun.
The business end of a
the
45 of a cop, 9mm probably, but yeah. So what happened was somebody saw the car he was driving, thought they recognized it as a stolen vehicle, called it in, and so the cops got it, pulled him over, pulled him out of his own vehicle. This is his car. He didn't steal it. So pulled him out of his own vehicle at gunpoint because they thought that this car was stolen. This car wasn't stolen. It was his. And so, there's kind of the flip side to being a little too ambitious, maybe, and making sure that, it is what it is. And that's where we want, the police, too, they're checking. But all they've got to go off of until they pull you over is a similar description and a license plate. And just because the license plate matches, that doesn't necessarily mean it. So
bottom line is, let's. I mean, obviously we can't always give the most detailed description, but please try and give as much detail as you can.
When you're posting something missing, the more information, the better. And I do have to say this: I've had a lot of people this past week get on me because I was getting on them for posting a snapshot. And the thing is with a snapshot is it is basically no content. It's a picture. So it's nothing to search. It's no ability for anybody. When that thing drops down in, there's no way to find it again unless you're going to scroll and search through. And I'm going to tell you what, in today's world, in the ADD, nobody's doing that.
Right.
They're not searching. They want to search green truck. And so if you've got the words green truck in your post, you're going to get found, and you're probably going to find your car.
Right.
Because
as opposed to just having a picture of a green truck.
Yeah, or you're helping your friend trying to post, and you're just snapshotting that and putting it over here into Stolen. No, share the post and make sure that they've got it set to public so everybody can see it. Because that's when you see that unavailable attachment is when all they're doing is posting it to their friends. So that's what we mean by make the post public. Is that the original post, the audience or privacy is what it's called, is set to public, and that's what we want. We want them set to public so it goes to everyone to see. More detail, the better. A picture if you got it, and just that's what we're talking about. We're not sitting here because I want to be a jerk face because you're just I see how you are. You're not going to let me post. No, we're trying to help you, but you got to let us help you.
Help us.
Help us
you.
help you. Yeah.
Help me. Help you.
Angel, have you ever seen that?
20, 30 times a day. I don't know. No, but honestly, it's real simple because honestly, you want to give as much information as you can because if you're going to say, oh, my green car was stolen yesterday from down the street, that means absolutely nothing. Or if you share a picture that has a bunch of information but says nothing in it, it means nothing at the end of the day.
It means a lot to you, but it doesn't mean anything to anyone else.
Hey, Jean Jensen just said I went and subscribed to the YouTube video.
Woo!
So there you
All
go,
right.
guys.
All right.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, share a video on there with your friends and get them to subscribe to that. That's what we need. We really do need that built up so we can personalize that. That's what we're trying to do.
So, next up, we have Mr. Velazquez.
Yeah, and this is another admin update that we were talking about too. The more detail, the better. And this brings up, it was an attempt to identify where we were trying to take and trying to view this guy's picture. It was a real small picture. It ended up in the comments. Let's see if I can pull this up here, where we took and enlarged it. I actually enlarged it a little bit. But this guy here, this was the best picture he could get out of the video. But one of the things he didn't include was a vicinity of where this was located. Kansas City is not huge, but it is a pretty big town. And let us know if you're in the Northeast. We don't need an address to say because I understand you want to keep some of your privacy, but give us an area. 23rd and Prospect, 151st and Merlin, 14th and Row, whatever the hell it is. But give us a corner or an intersection to where we can say, okay, we should be looking maybe over in this 5 square miles, over here in this 10 square miles, something like that. That's all we're talking about. Again, we want to respect your privacy. You're going to feel vulnerable right after a theft, most definitely. And, we understand that. Everyone in this room has experienced theft. That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
We do get it. We've been there. I've had 2 vehicles stolen just in the last 2 years. Dealing with theft right now with the sheriff's office. Went into a pawn shop to identify some of my stuff this last week. And it was probably the most pleasing experience I had was, in all honesty, how pissed off that pawn shop owner was.
Sure.
Because he truly thought that keeping his liability lower, under $300-400, meant that he was secure by the police and by the sheriff because they're not going to make it. They're not going to write it up or do any of this paperwork because it's such a nominal amount that the law. This is what he said. He goes, the laws in Kansas are here to protect me. You're the victim. I'm not the victim. You're the victim. This damn guy knows damn well that the crackhead that went in and sold him the stuff couldn't have bought it. He didn't. There's no way. And that's the whole thing. This common sense and logic thing. That guy knows that stuff's stolen. You can't not know it. I'm sorry. To sit there and say, when he comes in on Monday and he's selling you a 20-volt DeWalt set, still wrapped in the box, and he comes in on Tuesday and sells you another one, you don't think he would have given it to you on Monday when he was there?
Got it.
That dude's just checking out how much stuff you'll let him sell you. So, to see that guy, I'm telling you, to see that guy get that mad made me feel like we are breaking the cycle. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, that was huge to me because that sheriff deputy just said, we're going to serve a search warrant. This is how we're going to seize this stuff. And what's going to happen is it goes to a property hearing now. So I don't get it. They don't just hand it to me, but they also don't let him sell it. So his money's tied up.
Do you need your serial numbers or things like that?
Yeah, you have serial numbers. I identified it. I mark a lot of my stuff in hidden areas too, which is always good if you can engrave or write something that you can identify. And if you go in there before with that officer, the sheriff deputy, and you say, hey, it has a screw in this place that's different than these other ones, or my name is under this plate or something like that, and you walk in there and in 3 seconds you flip it around and show it over and boom, there it is. There's no question. I mean, no question at all. And that's what we do is, everything I own is engraved. And so that way there's no, because I'm not selling my stuff. Right. I'm making money with my stuff.
Right.
I'm not selling it.
Next up, I had a little question on Todd Stuart put on there about people stealing older vehicles, and that seems to be a rash. My take on it is that older vehicles are probably easier to steal. For one, I'm sure there's more to it than it's not just that simple.
Well, I think the owners might be a little more sloppy too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not taking. You don't take care of a 20-year-old vehicle as good as you take care of a brand new
vehicle, right?
That's just life. So you leave the keys in it, you do that. But the technology is different too. Did you have something to say?
Absolutely. And also that there are more older vehicles around than newer vehicles. People, especially after the 2008-9 recession, they kept their cars longer.
Cash for clunkers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are a lot more older cars on the road than in previous times. So it's basically just a quantity amount. There's just enough of them around to go at it.
Well, and the other thing brought up too was the 10-year Missouri rule, where when a car's older than 10 years, you don't have to have a title to scrap it. And so that kind of poses a thing where guys can come in, steal a 15-year-old car or truck, take it to the scrapyard. Again, we're reliant on those scrapyard operators to be honest. And I say it with a little bit of hope instead of despair that they're really going to be.
Right.
And that, together we can you're never going to eliminate theft, but we can make it more difficult. It is a crime of opportunity.
He also said Merry Christmas and love the group.
Yee-hoo! That's what we like.
Hey, and you got to quit talking at me, because if I come up with a cold next week, we're going to fight. You got to dab and talk to me. Anyways, I'm just joking with you.